Hi, it's Catherine Murphy here at the Chagrin Falls Historical Society's Museum. We're talking about coverlets today. And the second grouping we're going to talk about is the Jacquard style woven coverlets. And they originated in France with an inventor. His name was Joseph Jacquard. And he found out that he could apply a punch card attachment to these 4 harness looms and reproduce swirly patterns instead of just geometric patterns. So this is the first one that we have. It's all navy and white. It's in very good condition, and it's a Jacquard. And usually a Jacquard is called summer-winter because do you see how the pattern is white with blue, and that would be summer, and then blue with white would be the winter. And they're beautiful. The fringes are beautiful. This is in beautiful condition. So this did save money when you went to the weaver to order your coverlet because it wasn't 100% handmade anymore, like the overshots. And they went pretty quickly. You could pick these up also in 1 or 2 days, but the price did go up to the buyer about $3 in 1800. Not a bad investment, being that these have stayed around for 100 to 150 years, and they seem to mostly remain in very good condition. They're made from wool or cotton, and I'm not sure how to discern that. And they're warm. They're kind of like a weighted blanket, actually, when you sleep under them. So the next Jacquard is really a fun one. And it was made in, there's just a little date here, 1858, just before the Civil War. And it also is, and maybe I can show you larger, summer-winter. So here's the white with the blue, and you'll see the pretty pheasant on this one. And then that would be summer. And then in the winter, the blue with the white. So this 1858 does show some wear and does have some hemming instead of fringe. And it's all in one piece, so I think maybe this was a large, newish Jacquard loom that we wove this on, thank you. The next one is such a pretty one, and it is Andrew Cumps. And let's take a look at the signature. So usually the weaver would sign it, and he actually said he's a damask coverlet manufacturer in Hanover, York County, Pennsylvania. But he didn't write who he made. Oh, he did write who he made it for. I just found this. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He did make it for J.S. Werner. Oh, this is so beautiful. Now, please note these vegetable dye colors on this coverlet. It's probably the most exquisite coverlet I've ever seen. It has the olive green, the navy blue, and then the red vegetable dye. Beautiful pinwheel, Pennsylvania Dutch designs. Cost $3 probably when they made it. And this, I don't think I would call a summer winter. That's actually the back. And you can see that you can see the stitches and that this is backwards. So, and this is the front. Beautiful. These Jacquard looms, by the way, have all but disappeared. I couldn't find a museum anywhere that actually showed a Jacquard loom. I thought there might be one up in Greenfield Village in Dearborn, but there isn't. So, all right, let's look at our first Stroud. And this was made for William Stroud in Cadiz, Ohio in 1836. So this is 60, 70, 80, 180 years old. And the eagle motif is one of my favorites. Isn't it beautiful? It's in a little bit of rough condition. As a matter of fact, it probably is just it's just a single panel. So it had a matching panel that it was sewn to. I have seen these pieces all the time in antique shops, and they're fun because you can frame a piece, you can upholster an ottoman in a piece, you can, oh, I actually made curtains one time out of a piece. So don't pass it up just because it's one panel, do you see? Don't pass it up because you can still use it in your home for decor. That's a pretty one. And this, by the way, is not our Stroud. And we don't know, that Stroud family and caddis because our Strouds didn't come this early to Chagrin. Okay, we're going to look at another beautiful colors. And this was made by C. Yorty on Willow Street for Annalisa A. Stroud in 1841, another old one in beautiful condition. These were the vegetable dyes that were imported and lasted all this time so vibrantly. Beautiful. The last one is really pretty. And remember, we're looking at swirly patterns because they're Jacquard, the loom that has the attachment, that has a punch needle that can do all of the swirls. And this last one is just darling. I just love this. It has more of a rusty red, kind of a barn red, navy blue and white. No signature on this one. Should I be wetting your whistle on these? Antique shops carry them. They're a tad expensive. And if you'd like to, if you're local, Diana at the Chagrin Valley Antique Shop on 306 has 3 of them right now. She usually carries 2 or 3. And they are fun on the guest room bed, folded at the bottom. They're just a wonderful, wonderful antique to have, very usable. So those are the Jacquards.